You know who the North Striders are? Well, I guess we're on here. Welcome everybody here tonight to the Quincy High School Vocational Monroe McLean Gymnasium. This is Jack Raymer filling in for Jim Timmons, our play-by-play guy. I guess I'm going to take over as play-by-play, so please excuse. I'm no Charlie Ross, I'm no Jim Timmons, but we'll do the best we can do with Jim Arise. Got a great game tonight between Quincy and North Quincy. Always a great rivalry, as we know. The crowd is coming in. I'm sure we'll have a great crowd here tonight. I think the last time we televised this game last year was a 1-point win on the side of the Quincy Presidents. So we're going to see a lot of scrambling on the floor, a lot of all kinds of stuff going on here tonight. So we're ready for a good game of basketball. And my
Jack, I'll fill in here for. I'll be Jack Raymer for a while. How's that?
Oh, geez, I'll tell you.
5 o'clock start. We're underway.
Right off the bat, we're all over the floor, Barry, as you know. Adam Vecchione takes the ball for Quincy. We'll get to the starting lineups in just a minute and see what we can do. Quincy with the ball right now. Matt Ramponi with the shot. Mike Maranzano with a nice rebound, and Quincy up 2-0. Just underway here at the Monroe McLean Gymnasium, Quincy, North Quincy. Phil McGillicuddy bringing the ball up for North Quincy. North Quincy starting 5, John O'Connell. Shot by Dan Duggan, number 21. It's off inside. John O'Donnell with North Quincy basket, 2-2. As the crowd files in here. Barry, always a great rivalry here, and it should be a great night. The girls
well, Jack, this is the first time in my lifetime that the schools are playing each other and they're in different leagues, Jack.
Well, we're making into that a little bit later on. Yeah. Talk to some of the powers to be, but I'm sure tonight we're going to see a great game, and the rivalry continues. I think, Barry, regardless of what league these guys play in, the intensity is there and everything else.
Well, it does account for them playing early in the season. Usually, when they played in the old Colony League, they put the rivalries towards the end. And we are in the very early part of the season here, and that's what brings us to this point in time.
Anthony Boyle, a junior for Quincy, sinking his first free throw. It's 2 out of 2. Quincy in a 4-2 lead. Quincy pressing. I think we'll see a lot of that tonight from both sides. Underneath, we got a call here by the official. Jump ball. Pat Bergoli, John O'Connell, Danny Duggan, Phil McGillicuddy, Jack Luizzo for North Quincy. North Quincy ball underneath the basket.
It's an early start here. We had a 5 p.m. game. The girls will follow in this Quincy-North Quincy doubleheader.
I think the referee's going to let them play tonight, Barry. They usually do in these games, so we'll see what goes on.
Hey, it's a three-pointer, Jack.
A nice shot from the outside. Three-pointer, North ahead 5-4. 14 minutes to go in the first half. Adam Vecchione over to Mike Lorenzano. Shot by Boyle, a nice box out underneath by John O'Connell. North with the ball. Phil McGillicuddy. Seems like Phil McGillicuddy's been here for about 8 years. That was a great shot again by John O'Connell. 7-4, John Francisini with a timeout. You know, Barry, as we've done these games, Phil, I'm sure you've known him throughout the city with, you know, recreation and things like that, but Phil is a senior finally, but he seems like he's been here for about 12 years playing for North Quincy.
He has played for an awful long time, and you are correct. As many of these players for both schools have come up through a recreation program. Phil McGillicuddy was down at the Atlantic Middle School for many Saturday mornings as I watched him grow up from an elementary participant all the way through. But not unlike the Quincy teams, it seems that Mr. Munchback has been around the rec programs for years, and it's nice to see them compete at this level.
I think you've seen every one of these kids out there come through your program, so I think that's a tribute to you and the programs that you run. But here they are playing for the high schools, and that's great.
Well, they've had a lot of good coaching along the way, and it's a nice city to grow up in, Jack, as you know, with multiple sports programs. So
we have the
back on the way.
With a nice cheer. Quincy taking the ball up. North Quincy up 7-4. Matt Ramponi brings the ball down, and there's a turnover, and I'm sure both Teddy Stevenson and John Francisini have talked about turnovers and missed free throws and things like that. And if these games are true to form, that's what will happen down to the end. You can look back on those, and that's usually the reason. Good defense here by Quincy. Pat Bergoli with a missed shot.
Well, Jack, there's a stoppage in play there, a good scrapping play. I think we're going to be saved by the bell as I see Jim Timmons has come through the door. So we'll get a play-by-play man here, but it's been a tough with a 5 o'clock start. Everybody's been rushing in, but 7-4, North Quincy with the lead at the 13-minute mark.
We may have to fine Jimmy for being late. I don't know what to read his contract. He's a lawyer, so we'll have to look at that and see what how things are going.
And the letters will be coming in on you and I, that's for sure.
I mean, you know, he could be put to the B game. I don't know.
Okay.
You know? North Quincy bringing it up. Good defense, Adam Vecchione for Quincy. North Quincy ball, 7-4, 12:47 left in the first half. Backdoor foul. I think he stepped out of bounds. No, not ball. There was a backcourt foul. I think Adam Vecchione. 2 fouls on Vecchione. I'm sure Coach Francisini talking to him right now. And another turnover by North Quincy. front to Craig Keenan. Craig is a junior. Mike Lorenzano with the shot. Up and over, and Anthony Boyle with the rebound, but out of bounds. North Quincy football. Oh, you have to bear with me, folks. I just said football. Being a football coach, I got to learn these basketball rules, and as I'm joined by my colleague, Jimmy Timmons, the play-by-play guy. Jimmy, I'm going to let you take over here.
All right, you got it, Jack.
But nice to have you here, and it's a pleasure to work with you again.
Well, I'm sorry to be late. In response to all the emails I've been getting from our loyal viewers, I've kept my day job, and it delayed me getting here. But this is a nice shot from John O'Connell, and John stretches the north lead out to 9:04 as I arrive. Looks like a couple of fired-up teams here thus far, Jack.
Well, I think as we said earlier, Jim, last year we did this game. They were all over the floor. That's the Quincy North, the way they do it. Why should we expect anything else tonight?
Looks like North Quincy's got a man-to-man here. We see Phil McGillicuddy out on the wing here covering Pat Bragoli. You've probably gone over the lineups already. There's a nice three-pointer, top of the key. They're firing out here, Jack, tonight, huh?
Sean Muskback is probably, I don't know where he got that shot, a little unorthodox, but I'll tell you, when they go in, it doesn't really matter. But there's Dan Duggar with another shot, North with the rebound.
Yeah, there's no boxing out under the boards there. That time, North Quincy's number 4, Jack Liuzzo, got pinned under the rim. He was a little too low. Quincy had the position, and they used it, but it's North Quincy inbounding. There's O'Connell in the corner, down low to McGillicuddy. McGillicuddy up with a nice little jumper from the post. Phil opened up big earlier this week, Jack, with 33 points for North Quincy in an opening game win for the Red Raiders. He looked ready. You saw him get up there. That's the key to McGillicuddy's game. He's got springs in his legs. We got an offensive foul there. Jim, well, right.
But
yeah,
he's had a great career at North, and I'm sure people around the league are looking at Phil McGillicuddy, obviously having a great career and looking for good things. Next year, I'm sure he'll be going on to college and playing some good basketball.
Now, they just caught Anthony Boyle for Quincy down low with a charge there. He was moving when he went to set a pick. Quincy with a full court man-to-man pressure here. McGillicuddy probably handled it easily. It's the type of thing in the first half. It doesn't result in much, but it helps you wear down a team. North Quincy moving the ball around the perimeter. Nicely look inside to O'Connell, and a great help inside there. That was Boyle, the 6'3" junior.
First-year player, Jimmy, done a nice job, and it's always something.
You get the ball down low. O'Connell on the baseline, tries to spin move, can't complete, and here comes Quincy. Quincy got the ball down the floor very quickly, very nicely, and Munchback missed a little bunny there, or rather Mike Lorenzano off the baseline. Missed that one, tough shot, but North right back. Bragoli looking to penetrate. He kicks it back out. It's a little pull-up jumper by North Quincy's Liuzzo. Came up short. They're getting up and down the floor quickly. There's a nice transition by both teams early on. It's a steal out in the perimeter. Pat Bragoli picks it up, but they're going to call him for the travel there. Bragoli, there was a nice play by Dan Duggan, knocking the ball loose. Dan's a senior guard for North Quincy, and Bragoli went after it, but caught for the travel trying to pick it up. Here's Quincy's Washington Morissette out in the perimeter. Swings the ball out top. There's another three-point try. Matt Ramponi. That's something John Francicini has no problem with, Jack, the perimeter game for Quincy. He likes to see them with those three-pointers.
Washington Morissette's an interesting story, Jim. Outstanding junior. He's a state high jump champion. So I'm sure John may want to see him a little bit more inside to get up to those rebounds. But he's a great athlete and doing a great job for Quincy.
It's Bragoli on the floor on the loose ball. On the possession now, it's going to be North Quincy. Yeah, it's an interesting matchup, Morissette and Bragoli. But thus far, Quincy's not looked to take advantage of the height difference there. North Quincy's press breaker against the man-to-man is get the ball to Phil McGillicuddy and let him get it over. He's done so, and now North Quincy's going to get a timeout. It's an 11-7 ball game right now, Jack. We've played just about 5 minutes, and the teams have been good in transition, but a little blocky in their half-court offense thus far from what we've seen.
Well, I think what you're seeing, Jimmy, is there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of hype for the game. They're missing some shots. I think the guys will all settle down. They'll make their shots, and we'll see the game get more in control. I think right now that there's a lot of adrenaline flowing out there, as there is in this rivalry, and Coach Stevenson and Coach John Franciscini will calm everybody down, and for the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes, you'll see some good basketball.
Yeah, and unlike the normal North Quincy matchup, which comes at the end of a rotation schedule, or schedule rotation, I should say, because the teams are in different leagues now, they're playing each other in all sports with the exception of football early on. So this is actually very early for the two teams to match up.
Well, that's a good indicator that we'll play again. So, I mean, anytime they play, it's obviously a great night.
Quincy's got an interesting, they've got a box and one here going to cover McGillicuddy. And because of the height advantage and the size inside that North Quincy has, Quincy's going with a 1-3 with their other 4 players. Brigoli brings it back outside. McGillicuddy is posting up on the box. They're trying to get him the ball low. Duggan to Brigoli. Brigoli penetrates, kicks it out to O'Connell. O'Connell, nice penetration, swing back to Liuzzo. He misses the baseline jumper. Nice rebound in traffic by Quincy's Craig Keenan. He pushes it up. It's another 3-point try. And here comes O'Connell in transition. He's going to go coast to coast, but getting back nicely for Quincy is Matt Ramponi. Ramponi's a name we've heard before, Jack. Nice.
Well, obviously, Jimmy coming from a great basketball tradition in Quincy. I know his grandfather, Pete, was in the Hall of Fame, and his name's up on the wall. And Matt's a great athlete for Quincy and following in the Ramponi footsteps, as they say.
Nice 3-point try by McGillicuddy, a little off. Adam O'Hara in for North Quincy. Adam's a senior, 6'3", very talented athlete for Ted Stevenson. Quincy moving the ball around the perimeter. So a little pushing going up. No, we got 3 seconds on Morissette. 3-second call on Washington Morissette. Inbounding for North, Mike Haynes. Haynes gets it over to McGillicuddy, and they clear for him again. As we said earlier, Lorenzano and McGillicuddy, interesting matchup. Lorenzano's very physical, strong, and quick. He'll be with Phil the whole night. And last year we saw him wear McGillicuddy down with his defense. Nice little jumper by Haynes. Mike Haynes, nice job on that one, Jack. He caught the ball in stride. His feet were ready, and he was right up with it. A nice baseline jumper.
Well, Mike Haynes coming in, doing a nice job filling in, and they found the open man, and he made the shot. And I think tonight everybody's a little nervous, but Mike's in making the shots, and there's Morissette and Quincy.
Sweet jumper by
Morissette. Keeping the game 13-9, 7:20 left to go.
North Quincy's moved, they've reacted to this 1-3 by putting O'Connell and O'Hara in the slots at the foul line. Teddy Stevenson trying to create some shots for John O'Connell, who's a nice shooter. O'Hara kicks it out to O'Connell. He's long on the 3, rebound in traffic. Nice job in traffic and then pulling it back out. Duggan, ball's on the floor. Duggan's controls. North resets to Haynes. O'Connell steps back up into the slot. And we've got a foul on the baseline there. Looks like they're going to grab Lorenzano. Phil McGillicuddy was trying to move, and Lorenzano grabbed him.
North Quincy with a big height advantage, kind of taking advantage of those second and third shots. And I'm sure Quincy will want to, John will try to work with getting people in position to take those extra rebounds away.
Yeah, Teddy Stevenson made a nice adjustment to the 1-3. They're resetting the clock here, the 30-second clock. They didn't reset it, but Teddy made a nice adjustment to the 1-3. He shifted his personnel, and you've seen right away the effect of that with the offensive rebounding. Haynes swings it to Duggan, to Liuzzo. They're looking inside. Liuzzo looking in, and McGillicuddy, who's really double teamed by Morissette and Lorenzano. O'Hara. They're moving around the perimeter nicely. Haynes looks in. North showing good patience here, Jack, but we're at 10 seconds on the shot clock. Liuzzo looking in. Duggan, they get it inside now to O'Hara. Gets swallowed up by Morissette, and there's a 30-second violation.
There's that leaping advantage as Morissette just towering almost above the rim, blocking that shot, and knocked down to the 30-second clock. I believe it's 30 seconds.
Yes, yeah. Adam O'Hara was jammed up on the baseline there. He didn't have any real opportunity to do anything other than shoot because he got the ball with about 2 seconds left and he knew it. But a nice defensive reaction by Morissette. Quincy moving the ball around the perimeter. Kicked it out. There's that unorthodox shot again. We're back at Munchbacks there. It's got us back to Hoosiers there with that push shot, you know. But if they go in, doesn't care how you don't care how you don't care how they release them. Nice tip inside to Duggan, who got the ball low to O'Hara, and O'Hara was able to pick up a foul inside. What did they get on that one? Looks like they got number 3, Munchback. That's his first. Haynes to O'Hara. A lot of pressure. If you look down low, the pressure Phil McGillicuddy's getting. Nice look inside to O'Hara. Little jumper. He didn't follow. He's off the back rim. Here comes Quincy. Ramponi playing with it a little. Gets it over to Morissette. North's just they're sitting in a 2-3 now. Actually, no, they're in man. That was the Quincy offense that was in a 2-3. North's in a little man, and Quincy's not attacking it really. Quincy's staying with the perimeter.
Handling the ball out there. Anthony should be, maybe underneath, but turnovers and these are the things at the end that are going to come down and haunt both teams, foul shots and things like that. As we know, it usually comes down to 1 or 2 points. So we'll see what happens.
13-9 as we hit the 5-minute mark. There hasn't been a lot of scoring. We mentioned earlier the half-court offenses for both teams are a little ragged, which you'd expect early in the season. This is an early December game. O'Hara goes up, he gets hit on the elbow, and that's going to be number 2 on Ramponi. North's banging the ball inside. That's another thing we're going to see here is a contrast in styles. Teddy Stevenson likes to bang the ball inside. John Francicini likes the perimeter game. O'Hara sets at the line, shows some nice form, bangs that one home.
Well, Northern teams does have the bigger bodies inside, so it just goes to show that both coaches are sticking to their guns and their strategies. And, just to mention again, Jimmy, tomorrow's a great day here at Quincy High when the JVs and the freshmen will be playing tomorrow morning, and I think the format that they've put together, Brian Buckley and Eddie Miller, it's been a continuous thing and a great day for basketball fans in Quincy to come back down here tomorrow morning. That's always a great take. They open up the gym doors about 8:30 or 9, and then there are bodies here till 5 o'clock, and it's a lot of fun and excitement. Nice hustle by Haynes out top there defensively. North shifted up its defense a little, but a nice job of penetrating by Vecchione. Great penetration. Quincy's into a zone trap here. O'Hara clears nicely. A good look down court, and Adam O'Hara finishes. Quincy shifted to a zone full court press there, and North capitalized right away on the confusion of the Presidents. Little sloppiness, ball on the floor. Bergoli picks it up, tries to slap it ahead. There's some sweat on the floor out there now with all the bodies, and a couple of boys have slid a bit here. Nice penetration along the baseline, but a great reaction by Liuzzo, who got over there and slapped away Munchback's layup. And Pat Bergoli smartly slows things down. Good quick look inside by Haynes. He's doing a nice job out there. Mike Haynes moving the ball on the perimeter. They get it low to McGillicuddy. It's an interesting call. Offensive foul on North Quincy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call is, but they got Phil McGillicuddy. Phil might have pushed off at the time of the entry pass. I don't know. I didn't see it. He didn't squawk too much, but Phil's also a real gentleman. He's not the type to do so, but generally when they don't react, they know they've done something. Morissette out top. Jack, here's one of the problems of the Quincy offense. They've fed the ball 15 seconds and they're still outside the three-point arc. They're not doing a good job of getting it inside. There's a nice little fall away, however, by Craig Keenan from the top of the key. And Quincy's back in its man-to-man press, but Bergoli easily brings it up with no real pressure. Liuzzo on the perimeter to Haynes. He lines up a three-pointer, a little short. McGillicuddy tries to slap it away from Morissette, but here he comes. Nice job of bringing it up in transition. And we'll watch the clock here as Morissette goes cross-court. It's a free ball. Picked off by Liuzzo nicely. I'll tell you, some real sloppy stuff. A lot of action, but I don't know if it's the type the coaches want to see. Smartly settling the offense, Craig Keenan. He moves it on the perimeter to Boyle. Tries to kick it back, and John Francicini's very upset. We're at 16-13, Jack, with 2:30 to go here in the first half.
A lot of early, like you said, Jimmy, a lot of early season jitters. They've each had, I think, one game under their belt, so you're going to see a little bit of confusion, but I think what you're seeing is adrenaline taking over, maybe in play calling and things like that, and that's why we got a little bit of sloppiness. But I think they'll as we Danny Duggan right there, I think they'll start to settle down, and you'll see a nice rest of this ball game as we go on.
Yeah, nice job by Duggan of reacting to the fact that the Quincy defense was slow getting back. Skip pass over the top to him, and he finished nicely. A good job by Duggan. So it's 19-13 as Morissette walks it up. Quincy's in a man-to-man. But again, here they're moving the ball around the perimeter against this North man-to-man. Morissette with a three. The beautiful shooting form, Jack, but a little short there. Bergoli pushing it up. He's looking inside. Liuzzo.
Not very patient tonight, Jimmy. You know, waiting to extend their lead here, but doing a nice job. Teddy Stevenson's slowing them down. Making sure they go down the last 30-second clock. Duggan again.
Duggan again. Nice patience. That's 2 threes from Duggan. He's fired up. That's 6 points for the Red Raiders off 2 Duggan three-pointers. And North Quincy stretches the lead to 9, 22-13 as we approach the 1-minute mark. Quincy's got to react here, Jack.
Well, they got to come back and score and make a smart shot. And,
Vecchione looking to penetrate. He does. Flips it up. Rebound in traffic by Bergoli. He's going to walk it up himself. Teddy Stevenson, the coach, telling them to slow it down, relax.
1 minute to go.
Yep, we're under a minute. We're under 20 on the shot clock. Bergoli, nice penetration, nice look. A little tough off the glass. We're going to come back the other way here. Looks like they're going to get, they got Phil McGillicuddy for his second call here. Second foul on the first half for Phil McGillicuddy. Teddy Stevenson's going to get him right out. And he's bringing in to finish the half here, number 5, Mark Mayer. Mark's a senior guard. Seeing his first action in a North and Quincy game here at the Votech, at least at the varsity level. Penetrating nicely right away was Ramponi. It's interesting, Matt Ramponi, he sees the new face on the floor and he figured I'll take it right to him and see how he reacts. No hesitation there by Ramponi.
Here, just work their plays and things. You know, I know they're missing Kevin O'Connell, an outstanding player for them last year, who's out, going to be out for a little bit due to a football injury, but you can't harbor on that too much. You're going to go out and do what you're doing. He's now comes down with another basket to extend their lead.
Nice finish there by John O'Connell on a nice pass from Duggan, and North Quincy stretches lead to 11, 24-13. Ball's on the perimeter, and they're going to call Jackie Liuzzo. The ball was loose on the floor. He dove for it just as Quincy's Anthony Boyle got possession again. Boyle fell over Liuzzo, and he ended up picking up the foul. We're 24-13 with 15 seconds left. Let's see if the Presidents can do something.
Jimmy, just to get him back under 10 points.
The ball out top. A good look for Boyle, a little too strong. Here comes Mayer, nice penetration, and he picks up the foul. Great job by Mark Mayer, who's been sitting on the bench all the first half. This is one of the things the coaches will tell you. If you've been out of the game or you're coming in off the bench, they prefer to see you take the ball to the hoop and get to the foul line rather than try the jumpers. Mayer did a nice job with that. Got to the line, misses the first. Now Teddy Stevenson pulling everybody back. There's 4 seconds left. He's going to have Duggan with passive pressure at half court and everyone else back, so Quincy can't get anything cheap. Mayer sticks his second foul shot, 1 for 2 from the line. The North Quincy lead is going to be 12 as we go to the locker room.
Well, kind of a, no, I don't think the coaches are happy, probably not happy to be up by 12 points. But I think Quincy a little sloppy, a little nervous. Young group of kids, some new faces on the varsity level. But I know Coach John Francisini and the staff, they'll come back. And I think Teddy is just telling his kids to kind of calm down a little bit, do what we're doing. We're waiting for the good shot. That's what North's doing. They're making their shots. And you know, Freddie Lacy, a great legend here in basketball. But I think you'll see a great second half. And I think, although it's a 12-point game right now, it wouldn't surprise me Jimmy comes right down to the wire in this game.
Oh, yeah, they all do. And I know that Teddy Stevenson's been frustrated the past couple of years in this Quincy North game, so I'm sure he's happy with what he sees now. Nice 25-13, 12-point lead. What we're going to do, we're going to take a little break. We're back for second half action. There's a little halftime ceremony. We're going to let you listen in.
Quincy High School Athletic Department and the President's Boys Basketball Team is dedicating the 2001-2002 basketball season to the late Paul G. Fitzpatrick. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Paul's mother, Mrs. Betty Fitzpatrick, and his sister, Donna Tripp, and nephew, Robert Tripp. Also here this evening are 3 of Paul's teammates, City Councilor Dan Romani, Representative from the state, Ron Mariano, and Mr. Paul Vestine. Paul was the captain of a very successful 1965-66 Tech tournament team. He was also a teacher in the Quincy Public Schools who touched the lives of many students in our school system. Quincy showed his love and passion for the game of basketball by devoting countless hours of his time to help coaches and kids from both Quincy High School and North Quincy High School. In his memory, the boys from Quincy High will wear a memorial patch on their jerseys. At this time, we would like to present to Mrs. Fitzpatrick the game ball signed by the Quincy High School team.
Playing a very lovely gesture. They're making a presentation to the mother of Paul Fitzpatrick. Those of us who grew up in Quincy playing basketball all knew Fitzy very well. He passed away under rather tragic circumstances this past fall. Just a young guy. The guys out at center court there are all his age, so it tells you how particularly tragic it was. A young man who shared a lot of his talent and skill in the game of basketball with a lot of young people who came up through the ranks in Quincy. So in a very nice touch, the Quincy High School team. Paul was a graduate of Quincy High. The Quincy High School basketball team is dedicating their season to Paul. You see on their left shoulders, they're wearing a little memorial band. Athletic Director Eddie Miller putting together this nice little touch at halftime. North Quincy, where Paul spent a lot of years coaching with Teddy Stevenson. The players lined up as well to acknowledge him. Tremendous contributor to North Quincy basketball, as well as having been a graduate of Quincy basketball. So lovely touch by the Quincy High Athletic Department. Nice recognition. I'm sure this is going to help fire up the Presidents even more. As we resume second half play here, I'll just let you know that there's no one in any real serious foul trouble. For the Red Raiders, Phil McGillicuddy had 2 fouls. That's why Teddy Stevenson got him out. Jack Liuzzo had 2. For the Presidents, it was Boyle and Vecchione with 2. On the possession hour, it's going to be Quincy ball. 16 minutes to go. It's a 25-13 Red Raider lead. We resume second half coverage. The Raiders come out. They're going to stay in man-to-man. It worked well first half. Quincy only scored 13 points. McGillicuddy and Ramponi battling there. Quincy moving the ball around the perimeter. Trying to look inside. You can tell what John Francicini talked about at halftime. One of the things, because Quincy's looking inside now a lot more earnestly. But a great job by Pat Brigoli of tying up Quincy's well, I missed the number there of the player, but he did a nice job of tying up the guy he was covering on the baseline, got a 5-second count, and it's going to be North Quincy ball, Jack. So not the type of offensive series that, or set rather, that John Francicini would want to see coming out of the locker room.
Well, I think patience is the key word, you know, for both teams. North's doing it very well. Quincy in the first half seeming to be rushing some shots and North getting the rebound, because North does have, you know, a little bit of a height advantage inside. So I'm sure Quincy will be a little bit more patient or going to the hoop like Adam Becky did right there, and then taking their chance of getting some fouls in.
Yeah, now there you saw something that I'm sure Ted would be upset about. Duggan reached for the ball, trying to make a play, and he wasn't able to intercept the pass. Vecchione beat him along the baseline. Phil McGillicuddy got trapped on the end line. Teddy Stevenson's going to jump on this right away, Jack. He's not going to let Quincy get any breath of fresh air here. They got that nice little layup by Vecchione. They trapped McGillicuddy successfully. So Stevenson wants to put a stop to this momentum right away.
Well, momentum is always a big thing in this game, as we both know. So both coaches will use every advantage that they have as far as that goes. Just to mention a bit, Jim, about Paul Fitzpatrick. I don't know if we showed the ceremony. Paul Fitzpatrick is a Quincy High School graduate, a great player here. Unfortunately passed away recently, just this past year. Paul was a basketball, we used to call him gym rats. I think Eddie Miller and the guys who were out there, his teammates who were out there, Paul was a great guy. He helped the Quincy kids out many, many years, mostly volunteering. He's coached all over the area. Truly a loss for the basketball programs in Quincy, and it was a very nice ceremony for him tonight. And the Quincy players will be wearing an emblem for Paul's memory for this year. So just a great night for Paul's family, and very, very well needed. It was very well done.
Right, we caught that. Nice job by Liuzzo stepping out over the top there on the inbound, the entry pass. And Liuzzo deflected it but couldn't recover it along the sideline. The officials stopped the clock. Teddy Stevenson saying that there was a 30-second reset when there shouldn't have been. I believe he's correct. And Quincy will now inbound from the sideline. They get it out top. And Munchback sets the offense. There's a beautiful penetration by Lorenzano. That's 4-0 the second half for Quincy. Brigoli with the turnover to Liuzzo. Ball's tied up by Ramponi, and it's going to be North ball in the possession arrow, but the zone press here has affected North Quincy early on, Jack, in the second half.
Well, the momentum change again. We talked about momentum. Quincy come out strong, made a couple of baskets, and we're down to an 8-point game. That's what this game's all about, momentum changes and things like that. Plus great officialing by the officials out there as they stand right in front of us.
Not much has changed about your style, right, Jack?
Always be nice to him, Jimmy. It doesn't pay to yell at him or anything else. So.
North moving the ball out top. Liuzzo looks, gives it to Brigoli. Brigoli trying to penetrate, kicks it back to Liuzzo. Duggan with a three, and he sticks it. So Duggan right back where he ended the second half, his first half rather, first three-pointer of the second half, and it's a 28-17 North Quincy lead. Nice defense by McGillicuddy out top. O'Connell trying to force Lorenzano to his left. Here's that launch. I'll tell you, John Munchback. That ball came down and another steal by Quincy. Ramponi up the left side, gets it out top. Munchback, the nice fake, the set, comes up short. Good pressure or reaction rather by Bergoli. And here comes McGillicuddy, trying to slow things down a little. Teddy Stevenson calling a play. Quincy has shifted a bit. They get out of that 1-3 that they were running, a box and one.
Got Anthony Boyle under the basket where he belongs. Jimmy picking up the key rebounds for Quincy. That's something that I think, I don't have the stats with me, but I think North had the rebounding advantage in the first half. And Anthony Boyle belongs under there. He's a big kid, and he can fight and get the second chance for Quincy like North did in the first half.
Duggan picked up that call. Dan Duggan, that's going to be his first foul. And nice job by Quincy. They've cut the lead to 6 here. Tell you, North has not handled this pressure very well at all. They continue to have problems. Bergoli, Liuzzo, there's the look. McGillicuddy with a nice penetration and finish. Phil McGillicuddy. Nice job there by North Quincy. And right back comes Lorenzano. I'm sorry, that's Munchback. They get it out top now to Lorenzano. His jumper's a little off. Cleared by Liuzzo. Up the right side. McGillicuddy out top. They move Phil around a little bit. They're trying to test different areas here against this defense. McGillicuddy was down in the blocks earlier. He's out at the foul line now. They get it in low to O'Connell. He misses the little turnaround and is cleared nicely by Boyle. Munchback up the right side. We're 30-22 at the 12-minute mark of the second half here. Where Ramponi had a long time to set that one up. A little off. Nice rebound by Munchback. Lorenzano looking out top for it. He's got a knee brace on the left knee. How's the knee, Jack?
Mike hurt his knee last year. Whether it was football, I think in basketball, he actually hurt it. Did have some surgery, come back, had a great year. Quincy this year as the quarterback, as we all know. And the knee, I think it's good. I think it's more a protective brace. But Mike said the knee feels good, so he's had a great career so far, both in football, and I'm sure they're expecting big things from him this year in basketball because he wasn't able to play really most of the last year.
I'll tell you, that was just a beautiful entry pass by Pat Bergoli. He caught the ball in the wing and kicked it right into O'Connell. John had great position as a result. He turned, went in, drew the foul. So North Quincy, they have the lead at 9 now. Both teams hanging tough here in the second half. The second half's gone a little differently than the first did, really. This has been a more even half thus far, with North sitting a bit on their earlier lead.
A lot of these guys, Jimmy, do play fall sports. A lot of these guys played on Thanksgiving. It takes a little bit from the football legs, they say, to go back to the basketball legs. So where it's so early in the season, you know, we're maybe seeing a little tiredness, and a lot of these kids did play, and that takes a lot out of these guys.
Yeah, Adam O'Hara in for John O'Connell. Teddy Stevenson telling Duggan to slow it down a little bit, bringing it up. I think Teddy understands when you've got the lead, especially in this gym. Nice job by Duggan of taking the wide open three-pointer, sticking it. I'll tell you, that's a big component today for North Quincy. That's Dan Duggan's 4th three-pointer. Great job by Duggan of taking his opportunities and capitalizing on them. And he stretches the North Quincy lead to 13 at 35-22.
Danny Duggan is a guy who, you know, comes from great athletic stock in the family. I know his mom and dad are both involved in athletics, but, you know, he's kind of seized the moment tonight. As you see it many times, Jim, in a Quincy-North Quincy game, you have the, you know, the big name so-called players. It's like in Thanksgiving during this game. Very quietly, he's sank 4 or 5 three-pointers, and he's really helped his team out. His strategies sometimes go to different players, but Danny certainly has taken advantage of every shot he has and really helped North to keep their, at this point, a 13-point lead. The three-pointer has been a big thing for North tonight, and Danny Duggan certainly has come ahead and done a great job.
North Quincy now staying in their man-to-man. They've been very effective with their man-to-man tonight. Quincy's shifted their defenses a bit. North Quincy not so much so. McGillicuddy beats Munch back to the spot there, or Ramponi rather, so he has to pull it back out. Quincy doing a better job of moving the ball around the perimeter. So look back to Ramponi. He fakes the jumper. He penetrates nicely, off with the layup. Liuzzo tried to slip it out to Bergoli, but it came up short. And on the penetration, a nice job by Adam Vecchione taking the ball, penetrating, creating contact. He's going to go to the line. Looks like they're going to get Liuzzo with that one.
Adam Vecchione, I'll tell you, last year watching him, Jim, not a real big kid, but I'll tell you, tough as nails underneath, puts everything he can into the game, and you know, a true tribute to him for his athletic ability. And he'll go up against the big guys. They're often taller, a lot more heavier, but Adam holds his own with everybody and just does a great job for Quincy.
Well, the lead is at 12, which is where it was at halftime, but it's now at 11 as Vecchione sticks 2 foul shots. And Quincy right back with their full court pressure. O'Connell in the middle of McGillicuddy, over to Duggan. Duggan pulls it out smartly. Bergoli looking to kick the ball. I'll tell you, the same thing that Pat did earlier on the entry pass to O'Connell, he did there. It's good to have a guy who moves the ball quickly around the perimeter, but that time he was a little too quick.
A little anxious.
Quincy moving the ball. Trapped down on the baseline. A nice steal by Bergoli, stepping in there, taking away the passing lane. That time, Craig Keenan went down to the baseline, got trapped, and Bergoli stepped in smartly. Duggan pulls it out, sets the offense. Teddy Stevenson calling for a play here. They're looking to get the ball to McGillicuddy. It's being covered this half by Vecchione. Kicks it over to O'Connell, off a bit, and looks like they're going to get O'Hara in the rebounding action. Adam O'Hara. Adam is a 6'3" senior center for the Red Raiders. As we said earlier, great athlete, perhaps being best known for the fact he's Zach's big brother.
I remember the O'Hara family in soccer with my daughter, and I'll tell you, I see Rich and his wife over there, and they're still around. And I remember Adam when he was very, very young, but he's obviously done very well in sports and basketball. He looks great out there. So again, proud parents here. As there's some great alumni here. I look around from both sides, Quincy and North Quincy. This is what brings everybody out on Friday nights, regardless of leagues or anything else. It's a great night for the city of Quincy.
Got that right. Nice penetration by Ramponi. Kicks it out to a wide open Craig Keenan on the arc. Keenan's off with his jumper. And coming in now for the Red Raiders is number 34, Dennis Thompson. O'Hara goes out after picking up a foul. And Morissette's back in for Quincy. Nice job by North Quincy now of handling that press, although Duggan, not a smart pass there. A great job by Quincy of getting back on D. Ramponi with it, penetrates. McGillicuddy way up for that rebound. Looks inside to O'Connell. O'Connell pulls it out. But he overthrew Duggan. He was under pressure there. Duggan telling his teammates to settle down a little. They're up 11.
That's it. North was very patient in the first half. They're rushing their shots a little bit here, it looks like. And although they still have an 11-point lead, I'm sure Coach Stevens is not too thrilled right now.
Yeah, what North's got to be wary of here, Jack, is you know that there's going to be a Quincy run. There is every year thus far, like Matt Ramponi there. Great penetration, missed the layup. Those will be dropping at some point here in the second half, and North's got to be ready for that Quincy run. Duggan and Bergoli playing catch out top, looking inside. There's Duggan wide open again for the three. He's a little short with this one. Cleared nicely by Munchback, who pushes it up. Looks to Ramponi. Over to Morissette on the arc. Morissette covered by McGillicuddy. Here's a matchup of two great athletes, Morissette and McGillicuddy, Jack.
Well, they both are. I think
They got the call on Bergoli there. That was number 3, Munchback, looking to penetrate. Pat Bergoli reached in, picked up the call. You tell kids not to reach, but it's hard not to, especially kids with the quickness of Pat Bergoli.
Well, when you play aggressive defense like both teams do, I mean, you can tell them a lot of things, but that's the way they play. You know, and you have to understand that. That's going to happen.
Yeah, Haynes is back in for Bergoli. Mike Haynes, who did a very nice job in the first half. He's looking inside. Duggan pulls it out. Haynes along the baseline, kicks it into O'Connell. Looking to penetrate again. Nice job along the baseline, kicking it back out. And on the penetration, Dennis Thompson's going to go to the line. It's a nice job by Mike Haynes there. Very patient, kicked the ball in. They gave him the baseline, he took it. And when Thompson got the pass, he penetrated nicely to go to the line here. A little short with his first foul shot. Quincy's going to bring in number 24, Chris Camborian. He was short with the first, long with the second. They better not foul him again. He looks like he's getting calibrated there. Now Haynes reached. Oh, I tell you, Quincy just cannot buy one here. Haynes reached out on the perimeter here. Munchback went right around him, but he couldn't drop the layup. Quincy can't catch a break.
Quincy there with that travel call.
Get the ball in the middle to McGillicuddy. He clears it nicely to O'Connell, to Duggan. Back out to McGillicuddy. Penetrates, kicks it off to Duggan, who's wide open, and he sticks it. That was 2. Nice job by North Quincy of moving the ball around the perimeter. Duggan again. Duggan's been the story thus far, Jack, for North
Duggan's
Quincy.
making the shots and doing everything right tonight. And, it's his night so far in this Quincy North game. I'm sure he's very excited. I'm not sure how much varsity experience he had last year, Jim, but he's certainly making the most of his first varsity North Quincy game tonight.
O'Connell picks one up, and Jack Liuzzo is coming right in for O'Connell as he picks up his second. You're right about that. And another thing that I'm impressed with, Phil McGillicuddy, who's looking forward to a big senior year. He started out with 33 points. He's been effectively shut down by this box and one offense, but it hasn't stopped him on the defensive end of the floor. He's still hustling, still scrapping, been hitting the boards. He hasn't let the fact he's been pretty much out of the offense affect the rest of his game, and that's a real tribute to the type of player he is.
He's going to be a guy this year throughout the league that other teams are going to key on. He's dishing the ball off to guys like Danny Duggan. You look not so much in his point scores, but on his assists, and he's going to help his team win that way. And I think it's a tribute to McGillicuddy for just the all-around type player that he is.
Get the ball low to Liuzzo, and there's Morissette again. What a play by Morissette. He's a shot blocker. Nice reaction there by Munchback. I'll tell you, Duggan made a very smart play. He planted himself. Munchback's back was turned to him here at the mid-court area. But Munchback very athletically caught the ball. I thought he was going to plow over Duggan, but he kicked out to the left, penetrated, and drew the foul. That's a call on Thompson, his first. Munchback goes to the line and launches that
waiting for Quincy's run, Jim. They got to do it pretty quick with only 5 minutes left in the game. So we'll see what John Francisini does. And I'm sure Quincy will play a tight pressure defense to see if they can get some turnovers. It's up to North to play a patient brand of basketball, and I'm sure that's what Teddy will say to his kids when he gets a chance to do that. That unorthodox style.
Munchback sticks to Quincy with its press. There's O'Hara to Liuzzo. They're moving the ball nicely. Haynes clears the pressure. Good job. They get it on the baseline to Duggan. And Teddy Stevenson's very upset with that. He's telling them, don't force it. Don't force it. Teddy's trying to convince his players that we're sitting on a lead here, guys. Ramponi. Tell you, one thing Ramponi's done is he's kind of got a little gun shy here. He missed a few shots and he's been pulling it out a lot. I'd like to see Matt keep shooting. Munchback, great penetration, dishes off. Nice steal by Liuzzo, kicks it off to Duggan, and Duggan finishes. So Dan Duggan with a nice finish. Tell you one thing, he took Liuzzo off the hook because when Teddy Stevenson saw that pass go down, he wasn't very happy. But Duggan did a nice job of finishing.
You know, one thing about Mayor Ramponi, Jim, Matt's really is Quincy's outside shooter. You know, I feel in the first game we saw him against Marshfield. Matt was making those 3-point plays. Tonight he's going to the hoop a little bit more, and I think, you know, being down 13 points with 5 minutes to go, maybe Coach Fran is going to talk to Matt about, you know, taking that outside shot and, you know, kind of, because that's what he specializes in without Kevin O'Connell, you know, who is one of the players back from last year.
Yeah, that's a huge loss for this team.
He's got to pick up the outside shooting game for Quincy.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell had a great time in both games last year. A big loss. When's he going to be back, Jack?
I think they've got some not too good news. I'm talking to Kevin. I thought he'd be back. I thought, you know, this month, but I think now there's a little more severe problem with the injury he had to his neck in the football game. And I think right now he's looking not till the end of January, which is a tough break for Quincy. But, you know, they've got some quality players on the bench, and they're going to have to pick it up a little bit.
All right, here comes Munchback. Quincy coming off the timeout. They get the ball to Ramponi, right up there. Can't buy one tonight, but a nice rebound. No boxing out at all there. Nice rebound by Boyle. I'll tell you, Boyle and Vecchione showing great athleticism. No boxing out by North Quincy.
Much
4 offensive rebounds. Nice play. Great inbounds. O'Connell smartly tried to take the charge. Now, John O'Connell, that was a great play by O'Connell. He's a 6'4" senior center. Rather than trying to jump up and make the block, he just planted his legs. He thought he'd get the charge call, but instead, the layup by Munchback was thrown almost over the backboard. Very smart play by O'Connell. Get it inside. The North defense doing a nice job of moving around here. Teddy Stevenson made a little shift defensively. He went to a 1-3-1 here. Teddy, realizing that Quincy might start to go to the three-pointers, gone to a 1-3-1 to stretch his perimeter defense a little bit. Smart move by Stevenson. Now they come back in the man-to-man. Oh, good way to stay with the ball. Very athletic play by Lorenzano. It's the pressure. O'Connell bringing it up. Kicks it over to Bergoli. North clears the pressure again, and Duggan pulls it out this time. North's going to run its offense. We're coming up on the 4-minute mark. North Quincy sitting on its 11-point lead. McGillicuddy moving around with Vecchione all over him. Nice kick out by Bergoli, and a nice finish by John O'Connell. O'Connell stretches the lead to 13. We're under 4 minutes now. Right back, Munchback. Kicks it over. Ramponi tries to penetrate, but McGillicuddy's on him. North back to its man-to-man. McGillicuddy clears the rebound. I'll tell you at a timeout what I was going to tell you. But McGillicuddy bringing the ball up nicely. Duggan and McGillicuddy out top. And Bergoli, 3 seniors. They're going to calm things down. Bergoli has it stolen by Munchback. Munchback's going to go coast to coast and get the call. Nice job by Sean Munchback. I was going to say that last time down, I think North may have been at a 1-3-1. Teddy Stevenson made a shift to the 1-3-1 to take away the perimeter game. I think they were in it then, but a lot of Quincy sets offensively. They just set their players around the perimeter, so it's interesting here.
Jim, as I told you before, I don't know 1-3-1. Looks like Quincy needs a 2-2-2 right now. I don't know if they can get away with it, but you know, I think just the aggressive defensive play, Quincy's making adjustments. Unfortunately, the ball's not going in the hoop for them. We've had opportunities, and
that's been the story of the game tonight, really, Jack. I said last time we were here, which was last year, when I was a player, of course, I had a lot of problems in many gyms around Eastern Massachusetts, but I always had trouble in Quincy shooting because it's kind of a cube, and the perimeter is all painted white, so your depth perception is off a lot, you know. But that's usually what happens to the opposing teams, not the home team. But tonight, Quincy's had trouble shooting in its own gym. And it may be that it's early in the season, I don't know, but that's really been the story of the game. Dan Duggan for North and Quincy shooting troubles for Quincy. North working the clock now. They took 25 seconds off the 30-second clock. And I'll tell you something, John Francicini, all upset over that. Quincy, North Quincy ran the clock down. They take a three-pointer with 3 seconds left. And number 42, Anthony Boyle, a junior, made one of those mistakes. It just makes you feel very lonely on a court when you do
It's
that.
one of those aggressive mistakes that, as you look at it as a coach, you're going to say, you know, doing what he could do. Not a very smart play, but you can't fault the kids here tonight.
Yeah, Liuzzo's going to the line for 3. He sticks his second. So, and coming out for a little break. I think he's not sure why he's coming out. He looks like he doesn't want to come off the court. Mike Lorenzano. John Francicini telling him, I'm just giving you a little break, but I don't think Mike feels he needs one. Very competitive kid. Right. Yeah. Ramponi bringing it up against pressure. Duggan with a steal. Brigoli gets out ahead of the pack and finishes. That was a big hoop. North Quincy stretches the lead to 17 now. And Quincy is in trouble. We're at the 2:30 mark. The Presidents have to do something here. There's a launch by Ramponi, and frustrated all night. I'll tell you, he's worked very hard on the defensive end, but he feels it's not there in the offensive end, and you feel badly for Matt Ramponi. He's played very hard.
Shooters, you know, if they miss them, they keep shooting them, and I think Matt's gone a little bit more to the basket tonight than he usually does, maybe, but he can still shoot it from the outside. Unfortunately, you know, being down 15, wherever we are right now, 15 points, Quincy's got to regroup and see what they can do here for the last couple of minutes.
John's tried to make some adjustments, and so have his players, but the bottom line is the ball just won't go in. It's really an early season phenomenon that they're being victimized by here. And as I said, Ramponi's tried to make adjustments. He's penetrated, he's passed, he's tried to hold up shooting, now he's shooting. It's just one of those things early in the season. I know when we have the second game, it'll be a different story, but right now, the Presidents down 17 in their own gym with 2:20 left. We'll see how they react.
Well, a low-scoring game from this perspective, Jimmy. Maybe we'll see the ladies in the second game outscore the guys. That'll be a first maybe in quite a while. We'll have to check Frank Capali, our expert on the statisticians, and see if that's the record that they do.
No political component to basketball, so Frank may not know as much statistically.
I would agree with you there.
Yeah. McGillicuddy pulls it out. He's got pressure. Brigoli. McGillicuddy playing catch with Brigoli here. John Francicini's got the Presidents trapping here. They're in a diamond at one. And McGillicuddy, nice penetration. Great job. They ran the clock down. Just what Teddy Stevenson wanted to see. He's up 19 now, under 2 minutes. Ramponi pulls up. Got banged, didn't get the call, missed the jumper. The goalie pulls it out, and he gets hit by number 11, Craig Keenan.
I think what you're seeing here, Jim, is some senior leadership. At the end of the game, they're not making any mistakes. You've got a bunch of seniors with some playing experience out there for North. Quincy right now with 4 out of 5 juniors out on the floor. And experience will show, but as the season comes on and they play again the next game, I think you'll see a different Quincy team. But tonight it looks like it's going in the favor of the Red Raiders.
Nice job, Vecchione off the feed from Lorenzano. I'll tell you, when Mike Lorenzano went off the floor, we talked about it. He was looking at his coach saying, "What are you doing here, coach? Put me back in here." And a very gritty athlete, nice skill, nice penetration. Kicks it off to Vecchione, who can't finish a three. Duggan rebounds, gets it to Brigoli, and North's going to clear half court now and try and run the clock. Duggan, Brigoli, and McGillicuddy are going to play catch for a while. Nice look inside, pulled out by O'Connell. Good job by the Red Raiders of moving the ball. Duggan reacts well, the pressure. Brigoli's going to have to put one up. It's going to be Duggan. The launch. The stick. His fifth three. I'll tell you, Don Meredith were here next to me, rather than you, Jack, you'd be singing "Turn Out the Lights," I think.
Well, I'm a pretty good singer, but I don't know the words to that one. But again, this is last year, Jim, a couple of games we've done have been very close. You're looking at a young Quincy team and a more experienced North team. But, as I said, tonight is the night of the Red Raiders, and we'll go from there. And the tradition does continue.
Yeah, one of the keys has to be the loss of O'Connell. You're correct. I remember his performance the last 2 years. Teddy Stevenson gets Dan Duggett out so the fans can appropriately respond to the great play by the senior. He had a career game in only his second game. He's got to be delighted with that. And
well, I see his mom over here. She's very proud, and I'm sure Dad's here. So that's a great night for the Duggan family, and well deserved by Danny.
Yeah, and you love to have that in the Quincy game too. It's always extra special. Crosstown rivalry.
Only because it's on TV with us, you'll be able to watch it forever and ever.
You got it right. Get those videotapes out. Try to get the ball low. Mayer's back in. Mayer couldn't handle that pass. It banged him off the ankle. John O'Connell looking to come out of the game. He may have twisted his ankle there. Hope it's his ankle and not his knee. Going baseline, I think he stepped on a sneaker. Coming in for North Quincy for O'Connell, Kevin Holler in the 5'8 junior. Quincy moves the ball around the perimeter. A little launch by Munchback. Comes off. Now Phil McGillicuddy very unselfishly kicks it off to Bergoli. Red Raiders run out the clock, and that's the ball game, Jack. A great ball game from the North Quincy perspective. A 50-30 win. Great job for the Red Raiders.
Well, a good night for North Quincy tonight. They certainly showed their experience early on, and I'm sure that everything will. Quincy will come back the next time, but tonight belongs to the Red Raiders, and they did an outstanding job.
Yeah, that can happen. They're trying to make up for Thanksgiving, right? We cleared the floor quickly here because they're going to get the girls teams right out and get that game going. So there was we didn't have the traditional handshake, but only due to time constraints. But we'll tell you that, as we said earlier, the story tonight, Dan Duggan, big performance, stepped up tremendously in the offensive end. The senior leadership of the Red Raiders came through big time. O'Connell, McGillicuddy, in particular. Adam O'Hara did a great job off the bench. Pat Bergoli, Jack Liuzzo. Just some very solid contributions all around. Teddy Stevenson's got 8 or 9 ball players that looks like he's going to be able to work with out on the floor. For Quincy, shooting percentage. They played a nice game. They did a lot of things well, but they could not put the ball in the hoop.
I think that was the whole thing, Jimmy. I think Quincy had opportunities really to keep it close. They come out strong in the second half. They had an opportunity to get back. North had some turnovers. The ball just did not go tonight. Quincy rushing a little bit, but I think you learn from these mistakes. It's early in the season. Hats off to Dan McPhee, our dear friend. Doesn't miss many games here, but hats off to North Quincy tonight. A little more experience, a little more prepared. But I know Quincy will be back. We'll be back here again for the next game down at North, and I think it'll be another great tradition. But like I said, congratulations to Teddy Stevenson and staff. Tonight they played a great game, and tonight was their night.
All right, well, Jack, I really want to thank you. As always, it's a pleasure, even though you're open about this too, which I respect. You don't know that much about basketball. You can still talk. It's like you with any subject, right? You should have been a lawyer, I'll tell you.
No, I make too much money to be a lawyer. You know that, Jimmy. But no, and I think we're just showing the both aspects of it.
All right, we're going to cut away. Nice win for the.
Jimmy, it's a pleasure doing.
All right, we'll see you across town. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.